Hi fans, thanks for checking out the Dreaded D Rose report. By the way, I am the Dreaded D Rose and I approve this report. Wrestling Observer newsletter said that WWE champion Eva Torres is dating a member of the legendary Gracie family. Eve has been training in jiu-jitsu for some time now and has recently been featured on WWE's website in a video training with one of the Gracies. Pardon me, I approve that too. I know you didn't. Keith Hart, he refused to take part in the Bret Hart versus Vince McMahon, and with the rest of the family at WrestleMania 26. No word on Keith's reason for not participating, and he only agreed to attend the Hall of Fame to honor his father. As noted before, the May 17th Raw from Toronto is going to be a commercial-free show. Show is possibly going to be built around Bret Hart's return to Canada with WWE. Maybe to put that screw job to rest. Man, the latest word on next Monday's WWE draft that is going to feature the usual Raw versus SmackDown matches with the winning team getting the next draft pick. Decision to move SmackDown to Syfy channel has been described as a source as neither the best or nor the worst decision, but the only decision as to no other network was interested in carrying the show. USA didn't want another primetime wrestling show, and SmackDown, its future became down to either Syfy or Bravo. And unless you're little light in the loafers, a lot of people watch Bravo all day long. Otherwise, if you're heavy-footed, not too many shows on there to watch. Dixie Carter wrote the following on her Twitter. Said, "Hate to see these reports. Angelina Love suffered a partial bicep tear and complete unilateral ligament tear at the Impact tapings. She's going to be out for a few weeks. Maybe they can at least show her a picture on the screen." Homicide was told that LAX is going to be put back together when Hernandez returns in about 2 months. And Homicide is said to be skeptical about the news, said he and Hernandez did not like being broke up in the first place. Regarding Hernandez, it was Dixie Carter's decision to send him to Mexico full-time while he was recovering from the storyline injury, by the way. Several TNA officials, including Terry Taylor, remember him, were against sending him to Mexico. Probably afraid he'd get really legitimately hurt. WWE still trying to save their NXT show as it will be dropped from the Syfy channel this coming fall when SmackDown debuts on the network. If Bravo Network doesn't pick it up, NXT is going to be likely end up pretty much on WWE's website, which would be it's free either way. Linda McMahon, this is kind of bad. Linda McMahon put another $8 million into her Senate campaign past week, bringing the total she put into her campaign about $14.5 million. But Linda has only received $5,400 in outside donations. In comparison, her opponent, Rob Simmons, not Rod, not Ron, Rob Simmons, has raised about $550,000 in donations. Isn't the sign on the wall somewhere around Connecticut telling you something? Well, it looks like Tiger Woods won't be hosting Raw, WWE's Monday Night Raw in Miami this year. Maybe never any other year either. The word is that Tiger's representatives turned down WWE's request. It might be because they picked on him a few months ago. As noted before earlier, that TNA recently hired a consulting firm to look into their viewership patterns and ratings. Part of this research the company is going to be doing is going to be interviewing wrestling fans, similar to what WCW used to do. They never interview me though. TNA will be back, bringing back the King of the Mountain match for June 13th Slammiversary pay-per-view in Orlando. Many expect the Slammiversary to be held outside of Orlando, but low ticket sales, advanced ticket sales, for the last pay-per-view on the road kind of played part in the decision to keep the show in town. PWIinsider.com says Ryan Rhodes, a UK boxer and friend of Bret Hart, wants Hart to be a part of his entourage for his fight on May 21st. Last night's new episode of WWE NXT on Syfy scored a 0.88 cable rating with about 1,200,000 viewers. The repeat aired last night of the previous week, and it scored a 0.29 cable rating with about 417,000 viewers. WWE is currently working on a DVD anthology set on the Elimination Chamber matches, which, as well as a DVD set that will feature the complete list of Raw episodes in 1993. The 2010 WWE Supplemental Draft is going to be taking place on WWE's website Wednesday, April 28th at noon. This year's event will be hosted by Howard Finkel. Please make a note of it. Former diva Maria Kanellis, by the way, she's going by Canelo now instead of Diva Maria. Anyway, she's been having talks with TNA Wrestling. Maria's, of course, released out of her contract from February. How'd that gum get in my mouth again? Man, I must be going nuts. Anyway, she released from her WWE contract back in February 26th. Both sides began discussing the possible deal, and specific, remains unclear so far. So we don't know how it's going to turn down. Anyway, Maria signed a deal with Mark Cuban, though, HDNet or /HDNet Fights, as a backstage announcer, and made her debut on March 26th at the King of the Cage event in Reno, Nevada. Her position with HDNet should not prevent her from possibly, signing with TNA if she wanted to do both, as long as it don't conflict. They're all right. The weekly cable rating includes USA's favorite, which they say is #1 once again, and with the average of 2.1 primetime rating. Fox News came in second with an average of 1.6 Syfy, which plays host, of course, NXT, in a number 14 with the average of 0.9. Spike TV, home of course, TNA, was a 0.6. Placed them at number 24 of all the cable stations. Raw's second hour last week was the highest rated show on cable, by the way. And in related news, UK rating for the week ending April 11th of Impact, with 110,000 viewers for the first run and 137,000 viewers for the replay. Raw came in at 127,000 viewers, and the replay on Thursday did 36,000. SmackDown did 104,000 for Friday's telecast. NXT did about 29,000. The replay came in about 32,000 people. That's in the UK. Wrestling Observer Newsletter, original plans for Hulk Hogan was to have him wrestling again at TNA annual Bound for Glory pay-per-view this year, and would make it something special. With the current changes, Hogan could end up wrestling for the big event. We'll find out. Vince Russo, as we reported over the last few weeks, said he's going to take a break from writing, which I thought he did that for the last few years, but remains with the company, and the move to Nashville was noted last week. Russo intends to continue giving his input, but removed himself from head writer and moved, was a step down. Was based solely on Russo, and he wasn't told to do it, so we hear, as he was cited as being burnt out over the last few weeks. With Russo's decision to step down as head writer, there's been escalation in the talk that regarding maybe Paul Heyman coming in. Within those TNA and that people as close to Heyman believe he will indeed sign with the company. Heyman signed with TNA would be, pretty much a good surprise. When considered his past relationship with Bischoff and verbal jabs they do at each other in the 90s. Another new match, about ready to run out of time. Another new match has been announced for Extreme Rules pay-per-view. It's going to be a strap match between former Crime Time members. Check me back later. I'm about ready to run out of time again. Remember, I approve this message. I gotta go.